Morning, guys and girls, and everything in between. It's 24th of October. This is Addiction at Days Part 19. I missed a day or two. It's really not kosher, put it that way. Right. So, let us get the thing going. Please remember, by the way, I'm doing this second time. I was getting well into the video, and then the damn video stopped. So now I'm gonna start again. Deja vu. Right. 24th of October. That's not there. Right. Oh, went past it. Okay. So please remember once again, everybody. Hey, got it working. Shame. Green Suzuki. Kawasaki. Yes, Kawasaki Z1000. Shame yesterday the thing was smoking like hell. Shame. Anyway, 24th of October, Addiction to Death Part 19. Please onthou and remember, please remember, I are not with AA, CR, and R, all the other R's. I am not with AA, CA, NA, or any of the other A's. Complete translation to what I just said. I do this for me, as well as hoping to reach that still suffering addict out there that may hopefully get something from this. Yes, so that's that. I do, however, as I've mentioned before, use the AA or NA literature. This is just for today. I also have Green and Gold 12-step book, as I do feel there's in the 12 steps is if you do it properly, they're cutting corners, and not I don't want to put everything of my life in the paper. It's not gonna work. You gotta be completely honest when you do the 12 steps. And yes, I had a haircut in the shave. I get to a point where I get irritated with it, and then I just hack it off. Right, today's heading is responsibility. It's a pink Porsche that just drove past. Right, responsibility. We are not responsible for our disease, only for our recovery. This is a very awesome day. And it's amazing how it works. I have a friend last night who was struggling, and trying to tell her the whole time. I'm saying to her, you can say no, you can walk away. You don't need to be there. Just don't give in. Don't be weak. So this is very nice because today's reading is you are responsible for your own recovery. No one else. You're either going to make it because you want to make it, or you're going to fail because, well, you don't take responsibility. Blaming others. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? Right, so let's try again. We are not responsible for our disease, only for our recovery. As we begin to apply what we have learned, our lives begin to change for the better. For the better. When you start doing your recovery properly, and every day that you get behind you in your recovery, and every day that you're going forward in your recovery, you're bettering your life. You will start having relationships again with those people that you lost because of your recovery. You will start regaining trust, love, respect when you carry on doing your recovery. Our lives begin to change for the better. Because in your recovery, how many people have you, in your disease, inactive, how many people have you lost because of your problem? A lot. And those that have got a couple of years under the belt, you will also know and admit to this too. That a lot of those people, a lot, not all, a lot, you regain their trust. You regain their friendship again, or their love, or whichever, as we begin to apply what we have learned. Listen to those people that have got a few years under their belt. They have some good advice for you. Listen to it. Right, so that's basic text, page 91. The further we go in our recovery, the less we avoid responsibility for ourselves and our actions. The less we avoid the responsibility for ourselves and our actions. We start owning what we did wrong. We start owning what we did, how we did it, all that crap. Okay? By applying the principles of the recovery program, we are able to change our lives. Our existence takes on new meaning as we accept responsibility and the freedom of choice. Responsibility implies, once again, you are free to make any decision you want. My friend from last night, you are free to make that one, but you're not free from the actions that come from it, the consequences that come from your free choice. 14 days down the toilet. Please note I have not mentioned a name, so I'm not embarrassing that person because I am not mentioning their names. So think before you reply. All right. Where were we? Change the line, existence of meaning, accept responsibility and the freedom of choice. Responsibility implies we do not take recovery for granted. Think about it. We do not take recovery for granted. If you've been in recovery, all of us know of someone who has passed away because of their disease. As an addictions counselor, I know a few, more than I would like to admit to. It's what happened. Take it as it is. It's what happens when you take your recovery for granted. So you're taking your life for granted. I know of one person, the day that person left rehab, he was an elderly gentleman, alcoholic. While he was in rehab, excuse me, his bank card was with the rehab. Every time the rehab, every Monday when the rehab went to go buy groceries, they would take his card and they would go and draw his pension money or his disability. I think it was disability fund or something like that. So that when they came back, they would give him the money that he had, and then he would give it straight back to the rehab. You know, he was paying his own rehab out of his bank account. But unfortunately, as most of you know, you can't keep cash on you in rehab. Right, so the SMSs would come through on a special phone, cheap little phone that we bought specially for that purpose. So every time his card was used, it would come through to that cell phone. The day he left rehab was the day he went into the bottle store. 2 weeks later, they found him in his flat. Don't take your recovery for granted, because it means you're taking your life for granted. It will never happen to me. Oh, that kind of thing will never happen to me. No, 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 no. I know how to control myself. So did he. He also thought the same thing. So did she. So did they. Don't be a fool, you tool. Don't take the recovery for granted. We take responsibility for our lives by working the steps with a sponsor or what do you call it? Yes, I hate a blank now. Your sponsors, okay? Or responsibility partner, accountability partner. That one. It's very good to have an accountability partner or a sponsor that you can always get some advice from. And I've said this before: if it's a sponsor, please make if it's a sponsor in recovery, please make sure they have a year or more under their belt, not 6 months, not 4 months. That person is just as weak as you are, and I'm saying this because it's true. I don't care how strong they think they are, because if they're 4 months clean and they think they're strong, they're being arrogant. So you get to a year clean, 2 years clean. When you're 4 months clean, you're still a baby. You are still sensitive. You can fall hard. Be careful. And I say this with love for that 4-month-old person as well. Don't be somebody's sponsor when you only got 4 months or so under the belt. Don't. You're putting yourself at risk and them. Right. We go to the meetings regularly and share with the newcomer what was freely given to us in the gift of recovery. I enjoy meetings, but I always suggest don't go to just to one. They call it most your home group. Okay, the home group is one where you start getting comfortable in, where you start sharing in the group. Once you start doing that, start going to other groups in your area as well. But keep your home group. But start going to other groups as well, so you can also meet more people and see how more people have the same problems as you do that you can relate with. Very important. We become involved with our home group and accept responsibility for our part in sharing recovery with the still suffering addict. As you've heard me say many times when I make these videos, to reach that still suffering addict. Give what you've learned. Let them know that there is help. As we learn how to effectively practice spiritual principles in our areas of our lives, the quality of our lives improve. The quality of your life improves the further down the road you get in your recovery. I said this earlier. You start getting your friends back that you've lost, loved ones, so on and so on. Okay? Riding his bicycle with his radio on the back. My man. But anyway, so it says the quality of your life improves. Okay? But it's all up to you. You gotta keep your recovery. You gotta stick to your recovery. You gotta keep going forward. Only then will you start seeing the changes and the quality of your life improves. Right, just for today, using the spiritual tools I've gained in recovery, I am willing and able to make responsible choices. Responsible choices, my friend. I hope you're watching this video. Responsible choices. Just one. Just one. Something's not lacking on that bucky. Just one. Just one is what got you to where you are today. Just one is what is causing all the shit and problems in your life today. Just one is going to cost you your life. Just one. I just want one. Just one. I, all I say to that, just one, is this. 5-finger salute. Just one. Bah! How many times have you been, and I'm not just talking to you, my special friend, talking to everybody now in general. How many times have you been there? How many times have you been there? Just one. I've been good for so long. You know, I've been good for so long. Just one's not going to hurt, eh? Tomorrow, I'm feeling sick. Whoppa! 5-finger salute. Whata! That's not taking responsibility for your shit. Not freaking at all. So, just one. I hate that word. Just one. Just one. Like I said, that just one gotten you where? Where has that just one gotten you? Back to where you started. It's insanity, people. And that is what addiction is. It's insanity. I speak from experience. More than 20 years of being an addict. Just one. Just one more. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's another 6. I'm gonna split it now. I'm not gonna use so much now. Before you know, it's all gone. Tomorrow's another day. Another day of using, drinking, bullshitting. Speaking from experience is that I used to bullshit so much that I used to believe my own bullshit. You believe your own crap that comes out of your mouth. And this is it. You will not be ready. And I'm sorry if this is going to offend you. Okay? But an addict needs an addict needs to hear it as it is. Don't sugarcoat shit. Sugarcoating crap. Got me nowhere. Those counselors that used to sugarcoat stuff and say, you know, it's okay if you mess up. It's alright. Okay, so sure, it's alright if you relapse. Okay, it's okay if you relapse. and do something about it. Don't sit there and start crying on people's shoulders. Say, oh, I feel so bad for relapsing. Crap, man. When I relapsed because I wanted it. So don't come with the nonsense saying, oh, I feel so bad because I relapsed. I really didn't want to. I'm an addict. You're an addict. Let's cut the BS. You relapsed because you wanted it. I relapsed because I wanted it. I wanted it. So what did I do? I got it. And then what I do when I got it? I used it. Did I feel bad then? No. I only felt bad when I got confronted. Typical addict behavior. The moment you got confronted, you felt bad. It's like, oh, I didn't want to. Oh, that always makes me laugh. I realized, but I don't want to. You're talking to another recovering addict here. Right, so we've got something a little bit different today. It is Sunday, so let's get this thing going so we can finish off. Okay, so the thought for the day is a little bit different. Well, here we are. How bizarre. You have had your coffee. Now get in your car. You're off to work. Hopefully, it's not very far. Now, as you sit in your car, take this moment to think afar. Don't don't you think this life we live is kind of bizarre? As you sit there, mind a blank, as you struggle to think afar. Now that's bizarre, don't you think? Not too long ago, your mind was adrift, kind of far, thinking of this, thinking of that, thinking of this way and that. Now, as you snap back to the now, you realize your job is now not too far. So, now with this time of extra, take a moment to reach out before your day becomes too bizarre. Bow your nut, bow your nut, and say a prayer to thank the Father who stays kind of far. So, as you thank the Lord above, remember, with the Lord in your life will never be too bizarre. Peace be upon you all, and may the Lord bless the week ahead for all of you. God bless. Hope you all enjoyed that, because I did. Peace be with you all. Adios.